Morning everybody. Today inshallah we will be on module 3 unit 5 vocabulary and grammar. I hope everyone is fine and enjoying online learning. In this lesson you will be able to use topic vocabulary in context, use words that can be easily confused, revise the use of the future will, revise different future forms, use the future forms in context. First of all, we will start with the vocabulary. All of them we are covered, almost covered in the previous lesson. So here we will talk about some of them which is easily confused for most of the student or even native speaker. Here we have forecast, expectation and prediction. Forecast, expectation and prediction. All of these three words are expressing something will happen in the future. Hopes, beliefs, wishes. Okay, how can we differentiate between them? Forecast, let's start with prediction. Statement or what you believe will happen or might happen in future. Something belong to your beliefs. Forecast, it's not something belong to your beliefs at all. It's something depend on evidence, analysis, number, calculation. So it's usually used for the weather or economy. For expectations, it's strong feeling. To be accurate, it's a strong feeling or belief that something is likely to happen or will happen. Okay? So let's read the first sentence. His of who would win the football game was accurate. His what? For sure, prediction. The weather, from the very beginning, weather calls for a lot of rain tomorrow. For sure it will be forecast. The Smiths have high of their children. When you have a name like this, Smith with S, it means it's the family name. The Smiths, it means the parents, the father and mother. Have high of their children. Yes, for sure. Expectations, because we said that expectation, something belong to a strong feeling. Okay, here we have neighborhood, outskirts, suburb, and zone. To differentiate between them, we can say that outskirts, it's area, but at the edge of town or the city center. But suburb, it's a town or another area near a large city. Almost in suburbs, people live in houses, not flat. Neighborhood, the area surrounding a place, some people home, or the people who live in this area. We can call them neighborhood, my neighborhood. So it can be the area itself, surrounding place, or the people in this area. Zone, it's an area of a land, okay? Difference from the surrounding areas, it's special. The zone is different from the whole area with special characteristic, okay? So, I prefer living in the city center because there is not anything to do in the, for sure, suburbs. Okay? Because he loves to live in the city center. It means he doesn't like to live in suburbs, in the town near to the city center. Okay. My parents, from the very beginning, my parents live on the off-town outskirts, because we said outskirt area at the edge of the town or city. This is not very good to live in, as there is a lot of pollution. For sure, he is talking about a place and it is different from other. It is, as it's mentioned here, there is a lot of pollution, so neighborhood. The mayor has promised to, it's not clear from here. The mayor has promised to turn this area into a pedestrian zone. You know what do we mean by pedestrian zone? Pedestrian zone, it means there will be a place for walking, not just cars. Okay, here we have habitat, home, house, and residence. First, home and house. House is your building. Where do you live? The building, the physical, the concrete. Home, it's something related to your feeling. Saudi Arabia is my home. Sometimes you can say my room is my home. Okay, so home is a place such as a house or a flat in which you live and you feel that you belong. House, as we said, it's the building itself. Residence, it's the state and it is formal of staying or living in particular place. But still we have here habitat is different and it's clear. It will not confuse you because it is environment or a place, most of the time for animal or plants. So Abdul has bought in the countryside. What can he bought? He cannot, for sure, you cannot buy home, you cannot buy habitat or residence, so he bought a house. I want to stop and get some dinner before we go home. Here he is talking about his house, but since it's belong to you, you can say home. I cannot say I will go with you to your home. I have to say to your house, but when you talk about yourself, you can use home. Where is the location of your, sir, residence? Where do you live, sir? I believe wild animals from the very beginning, wild animals should live in their natural habitat, not in zoos. Okay, here we have another 3 confused words, block of flats, office block, and skyscraper. As we said, skyscrapers, it's a very high building, almost 30 floors and above. Office block, it means area full of offices for one company or maybe more than one company. Block of a flat, it's building, has many flats. But here, the Sears Tower, from the very beginning, tower is one of the tallest, sure, tallest mean it is a skyscrapers in the world. We used to live in a house, but house mean not flat. But we recently moved to a new, yes, block of flats. You cannot live in office block. I work in an ugly 5-story office block in the center of the city. Here, what do we mean by 5-story? It means 5 floors. Okay. In this task, you will learn about a new word which is set. We call them collocation with set. It means this is a verb. There are many verbs like set. The meaning changed according to the noun after this word. Here we will learn about set. For example, set can take set clock, set goal, set task, etc. Okay, let's talk about set clock. What do we mean by set clock? It means you will choose a time during the day. Goal, objectives. What are your objectives? What are your resolution? Task, duties, activity, homework. Date, time. Is it today, after 1 month, after 2 years? Trap, you know what do you mean by trap. If there is a mouse in the house and you want to catch it, you have to set trap. Price, decide let's say money you are ready to pay for something. Standards, it might be criteria or not criteria, it is the level for your acceptance. Example, something like idle. Okay. Have you set a for your wedding yet? Yes, set date. He has not set for his car. Has he his car? So he will pay. So price. It's important to set a for yourself. So you have something to work towards. For sure, goals or goal. Set a goal. I forgot to see when the time it changed. So now it is an hour behind. Like when you travel from Saudi Arabia or Riyadh to Dubai, there is an hour behind. So you have to set your clock. I don't think you set a good for your little brother, you know? Sure, you are the idol of your brother. So set example. I set a for the mouse last night, but it is not there yet. Mouse, so for sure, trap. The teacher set a tough for the student, yes, task. We set high and expect a lot from our employees standards. Employees mean our workers. Okay. Here you have another vocabulary task about completing the sentence with the noun in the box. To choose the right noun, you have to be careful about the preposition, because it's not just I can put any verb for any preposition. Is there any rule for the suitable verb for the preposition? No. It's something you have to learn by heart. You have to memorize, practice. The more you practice, the more you can get. Here we have description, need, thread, increase, result, advantage, opinion, hope, comparison, and exception. Okay. What is the meaning of studying abroad? For sure it will be from the word, preposition of advantages. What is good about learning or studying abroad? Advantage. So advantage of. There is no way to make between the two boys because they are very different. They are very different. So you cannot make any between them because they are different. For sure, comparison. You cannot compare them because they are different. We don't compare the different things. We compare similar things to see what is different between them. His of the hotel room was not very accurate. Was not very accurate. Description. Most of the members of this family have read her, but Brad is to the rule. So there is a rule, but there is one person is an, for sure, exception. Exception 2. Don't forget. The doctor said there is still for speedy recovery. For hope. Hope for. This year saw a investment. this year. So or an investment. In investment. So from the word in investment, we will go with increase by 10%. Increase, it means the number is going up. Because of the high crime rate, there is a for more police officer on the street. For there is a lot of crime, the number of the crime is increasing, so we will need, yes, we are in need for more police officer. What's your of our new teacher? What's your of our new teacher? Opinion, it means what do you think? As a or an of overspending, the company has gone bankrupt. They almost near to be, let's say, finish the business because it's not working. Yes, result. The destruction of the rainforest is a or an of the wildlife of the area. Yes, threat. Threat, it means you warn something bad will happen, so you warn them. Okay. Again, these preposition and noun, no rules for them. You have to learn them by heart. Okay. We'll move to the next part of our lesson, which is the grammar. Okay. Here we are talking about the future. So, to express, to talk, to explain actions in the future, you have three ways. Number one, you can use going to. Number two, you can use will. And there are other different forms to express future. First of all, we will start going to, and as you know, it's just a revision because you already covered it many times. So, to make a sentence, you can use a subject like she, he, it, or real name like Ahmed, Khalid, Ali, or Hind, Amal, the doctor, the teacher. Then a helping verb, which is. If they are they, we, you, plural, you will use are. If it is I, you will use am. So she is then going to study. Notice that the verb here is infinitive, study. It is not studying, it is not studied, it is not studies abroad. If I want to make it negative, it's the same, just you will add not to the helping verb. Isn't, aren't, am not. She isn't going to study, nothing will be changed. You aren't going to study, I am not going to study. What about the question? You will just change the places of the helping verb and subject. As we know, in the question we start with the helping verb. It is yes or no question. Is she going to study medicine? Are they going to study medicine? Okay. If it is WH question, you can start with the WH like what, when, where, how many, how much, whose. Then the helping verb, which is are, is, or am. Then the subject, again going to. What are they going to study? What is she going to study? Okay. The other or the next form, the future form, is will. It's different from going to because with going to we need helping verb is, are, am. But in future, will is the helping verb. So, whatever is the subject, you will not change will. It's the same. So, she will sleep, he will sleep, it will sleep, Saudi will sleep, people will sleep, you will sleep, we will sleep. There is no different. Okay. if you want to make it negative, you will change from will to want. She won't sleep. He won't sleep. They won't sleep. What about the question? The same. You will start with the WH, when, where, then the helping verb, which is will, when will, then the subject. When will she sleep? When will he sleep? When will they sleep? Okay. Now I think it's very clear for you. But when do we use going to, and when do we use will? Okay. For going to, look at this sentence. We have run out of milk. So they are in middle of cooking something or drinking. So she discovered they are run out of milk. Okay. So I will buy some. I will buy some. And then it is about, talk about spontaneous decision. It's not something planned. No, it is spontaneous. Number 2, she will probably be here tomorrow. She will probably be here tomorrow. So it is a prediction about the future, usually with perhaps, طبعا probably, perhaps, or after the verbs believe, think, hope, expect, and be sure. So if you have these words or this preposition, you will use going to. I will be on time. Don't worry. You have my words. I will be on time. Yes, for promise. For promises. When you promise someone, you will do something. Will you help me with the housework? Sure, I will clean the windows. So, will you help me? You ask someone to do something for you. Sure, yes, I will clean the window. Here, offers. Yes, I will do this. So, for offers and request. For offers, like I will clean window. Request, will you help me? Sorry, this is for will, okay? Will, not going to. I won't speak to you again. I won't speak to you again. It's clear, it is threats and warnings. Okay, so sorry here, the future will, as you can say here, I will, she will, okay. Here we will talk about going to. It's less uses than will. My brother is going to study biology. Then to talk about future plans. It's not something spontaneous, like I will buy some milk. Look out, you are going to trip over that chair. Look out. It's to make a prediction based on evidence. What do we mean by based on evidence? Based on something touchable, something you can see, you can feel, you can hear, like this. Look out, you are going to trip over the chair. Okay, so are these the only forms for the future? No, we still have well, let's say 7 forms can describe future, not just will and going to. Okay, we will just mention them and tomorrow we will explain them very well. Number 1, the future progressive. What do you mean by future? It's ing as a structure. Future will. Progressive ing. So you will go to find a sentence with I, will, and ing. But when do we use this? Future and progressive. For actions that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. You have a specific time in the future. So you will use number 5. This time, tomorrow, we will be driving. Will, future, driving ing. Don't forget, after will, the verb infinitive. So it is be, not is, not are. will be driving. You have a specific action in the specific time for the action in the future. The future perfect simple. Future will perfect simple means has or have. Okay. Number 4. By the end of this country, life in the city will have changed. Will have changed. Will future, have simple, present simple. As you know that after have has had, the verb should be in the third conjugation past participle. Again, when do we use this structure or this form? When we have for action that will be completed before a specific time or another action in the future. We have two actions. One will be complete before the other start, or one will be complete before specific time. Okay. The future perfect progressive. Future mean will. Perfect progressive mean has or have with verb ing. When? To show the duration of an action up to certain point of time in the future. Always, when we are talking about duration, it means how many days, how long. We use future perfect progressive. By next June, I will have been living in this house for 20 years. This is the duration, the number of years I spent there. Future going to, for plans or prediction that have already been made or predictions based on evidence. هذا غطيناها. Let's read the example. I am going to be busy. I'm going to buy Khalid a video game. Do you think he will like it? So going to, this is a plan, something planned. It's not just spontaneous. You know that he loves video games, so you are going to buy him one. The expression be, about to, I am about to, or I just about to, then base form is used for action that will happen very soon. Like the plane is about to land, it will happen very soon. The present progressive, present is going to for personal plans and arrangement. Present progressive mean is are am, verb with ing. It's not short. It's not it is not just going to any present progressive is are am, then verb with ing. Like I am visiting. I am visiting. She is visiting. Progressive, but it is for the future. My cousin in Bristol next weekend. So it is for personal plans, your personal agenda for the coming week or month. Finally, the present simple, she goes, he goes, used for official programs and timetable. Okay, like the basketball final starts at 7:30. The lesson starts at 7:30. Okay, sorry for being in hurry, but we have to cover the rules. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will do some exercise about the future forms and do some listening. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day and be safe.